On Studio 10.
You love that photo, don't you? Should we move on? Keep going? Just keep going.
Check it out.
We're going to go now to the TV show that broke new ground in the 70s and became a hit around the world, Prisoner. It not only made household names of the cast, but its theme song, On the Inside, sung by Lynne Hamilton, was a global sensation and changed Lynne's life. Lynne sat down with our very own Craig Bennett and opened up about being propositioned by rock stars and, of course, her breakout to fame in Prisoner.
She was born in the fabulous 50s and from a young age, Lynne Hamilton had one dream, and that was to be a singer. In 1978, she recorded a ballad for a new TV show. A year later, and completely unknown to her, the song was a global hit and the world's media was clamouring to track her down.
I was in America trying to make a career over there, writing songs, and I'd just done an album, and in the end, I couldn't get a green card, so I had to come back to Australia. And I literally arrived back and within days contacted my old agents for help. I need to try again for this green card. And he said, well, where the heck are you? Everybody's looking for you in England. Your song's just gone in the charts this week at 91 with a bullet. And you need to contact this record label because they need you to go and do a promo and all that. And I'm like, what?
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again.
The song was On the Inside, and the TV show, well, of course it was Prisoner.
But that was on the outside.
Lynne had a recording deal in the 70s, but a chance encounter at a Christmas party would change her world forever.
Lo and behold, there was a couple of execs there from the Grundy organisation who came over to me and said, can you sing a ballad, love? And I said, I think so. They handed me a cassette tape and they said, can you learn this by tomorrow morning and come into the studio because there's this new TV series coming out. It's going to be a smash. There's a theme song.
And that's Prisoner,
That's
of course.
Prisoner. And because it's about a women's prison, it has to be a woman that sings it. But more than that, it has to be someone who's completely unheard of in Australia. So the RCA execs were like, and there she is. Nobody more unknown than me at that time.
But the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around.
It was only originally meant to go over the credits at the end of the episodes. But when they heard what I did with it, they said, oh no, this is more than that. This has to be released as a single. So that's what happened, and it just shot up the charts. It went gold, it won an ARIA. I mean, it just scooped the pool.
It took off.
It did.
People try to put us down.
Before that now iconic TV theme came along, Lynne kicked off her singing career in the swinging 60s as a teenager in England, performing in a variety of bands, supporting groups like the Rolling Stones and The Who. And it was drummer Keith Moon who showed Lynne the wild side of rock and roll.
Well, he used to trash everything, but sometimes he trashed things more violently than other times. And so we had this gig, I'm pretty sure it was in Morecambe, in the north of England, seaside resort, and I had my dad with me. And Keith just went off the Richter and was chucking stuff around. Not only his drum kit, but everybody else's guitars, and also was chucking it off the stage. And it was hitting people in the crowd, and like he had to, he had to be restrained.
Hey Jude, don't let me down.
A trip to London led to Lynne being propositioned by a Beatle, and if it wasn't for her overprotective father, Lynne Hamilton could well have become the next Mrs. Paul McCartney.
As you imagine, I was only still a kid, probably 18 or something, and never had a boyfriend. And he said, wasn't allowed, and he said, would you like to stay down with me for a few days? And I said, ooh, I would. I would like that. And I'm thinking, well, he could be the first and hopefully the last, maybe the only one. But my manager just cowboshed it all. When I said to him, look, I'm going to stay down with Paul for a few days, I was so confident I'm going to stay down with Paul. And he's like, I don't think so. Your dad said he would kill me if anything happened to you, so I made your dad a promise.
And there was Paul McCartney on a silver platter.
And not allowed.
Is that a regret? I mean, would you have liked to have
Let's
become
say
Mrs. Paul
I've
McCartney?
only recently forgiven him for that.
It wasn't just a Beatle who had his sights set on Lynne. Rock god Jimi Hendrix pursued her relentlessly while they were performing in Germany, but it was clear that Jimmy was a very troubled soul.
He was off his face the whole time, but he was the loveliest guy. He was like a lost soul in some ways. We'd been at lunch and he said, "Do you want to hang out with me tonight?" And I said, not really. And he's like, "Okay, we'll see." So I went to bed that night and his minders came and knocked at the door at like 1 a.m. You know, Jimmy would like to see you in his room. And I'm like, well, that's nice, but it's not going to happen. And because I actually wasn't attracted to him like that. Anyway, they wouldn't leave me alone. I changed rooms twice that night. You know, they kept finding out where I was. And finally, I got rid of them. So the next day, he said, "What do I have to do? Will you marry me?" And I said, "Of course not. You know, you're off your face anyway. Right now, you're asking me, you're off your face." So I said, "No." So he had this massive turquoise ring that he wore. If you look into his history, you'll see it's in all the posters and everything. He took it off and he said, "Here's my engagement ring to you. I want you to marry me." I refused to take the ring, which is one of my few regrets, because he was dead a few months later.
Lynne is light years from those past crazy days of being clamoured after by rock and roll royalty. Today, she's an evangelist minister on the Gold Coast and using her music to spread her message. She has a brand new song, The Miracle Worker, with the promise of a new album on the way.
The whole aim of it is to help people to realise who they are, their potential, and live a full and inspiring life. That's just my greatest joy.
On the inside, the sun still shines.
My passion is to help people realise what I would call their authentic self. I've been blessed to have been able to have my dream.
But the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, on the inside the roses grow.
What an amazing story.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yay.